What's up, YouTube? So we are live, and we are live. In today's topic, I'm gonna talk about a lot of things that's been going on in my fucking mind. I'm gonna talk about the devil's influence on narcissism, right? Now, you guys watching this that haven't experienced what the fuck I've experienced, and this video is not for you. And if you guys think you know what narcissism is, or if you know but if you have a logical solution on how to overcome it, then you pretty much don't know what the fuck you're talking about until you actually experience it. What most people don't get about narcissism is that it's an actual, it's a spirit. It's a spiritual warfare. I don't know too much about it, but it's spiritual. I personally believe it deals with the devil. Unfortunately, part of my life path is to break generational curses and to heal my family's bloodline and to heal my ancestral bloodlines and for me to experience a lot of abundance so I could pass that on to my future offspring pretty much, as fucking dumb as that may sound. I don't agree with it, but that's how my life that's what my one of my life mission is. And unfortunately, since that's my life mission, God has no choice but to put me around abusive family members who are influenced by the devil, by the spirit of narcissism. This is why they don't fucking change, they don't take accountability, and they do shit and they seem to get away with it. Not only because God or the universe is blocking me from seeing them get their fucking karma, but it's like there's a lot of things that if you're meant to break generational curses, if you're very spiritual, that we go through. God, he's not going to put you around like-minded people. He's not going to put you around people who are at your wavelength. All the things I've earned when it comes to blessings like a vehicle, money, career situations, a fitness, I earned that shit on my own. God, he didn't do shit to do that for me. I've done that shit towards myself. Um, Growing up, I've dealt with a lot of narcissism and narcissistic people, and like it gets aggravating because no matter how many times I try defending myself, I try cussing these people out. I still want revenge. Like I still want to see these people suffer. You know what I'm saying? So there are certain times where like all my family members that I've blocked, I'll unblock them and I'll threaten them. I'll harass them. I'll tell them that once I see them in person, I'm going to lay hands on them. The reason why is because I have a lot of sleepless nights and I have a lot of anger and resentment for the shit they put me through. Unfortunately, I can't be around them because I'm in the military and like I've one of the reasons why I even joined the military so I can get the fuck away from them so I could build a successful life for myself, which I am doing. But at the same time, it's like at times I really want to fuck them up, but at the same time I have to remind myself that I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to prison, and I could really do some damage. I know the type of things I could really harm multiple people, but certain times I do kind of give myself the green light to harass people or to threaten them, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not really harassing them because they put themselves into that position. So every now and then I'll message them telling them that like that I'm gonna fuck them up, that I'm gonna lay hands on them and shit like that. And it's funny too. But now I'm talking about karma. Um, Now growing up, unfortunately, I've dealt with a lot of situations where people have done me extremely wrong, and they've done a lot of underhanded things to me, and I haven't seen these people get their karma. Even when I defend myself, even when I put hands on them, there are times where I tell myself, man, if God is not giving my justice or if God is not giving these people karma, then I need to be their karma. And there are times where I have done that. I've booked personal tarot readings. My personal tarot reader would say that one of the reasons why I'm not allowed to see people who've done underhanded things to me get their karma is because God is kind of blocking me from seeing them get their karma, because I'll take too much joy if I were to see them get their karma, and in return, that karma energy could actually boomerang and hit me back, which will cause me to get more karma. And my personal interpreter also said that that's not fair on my end. So that's one of the reasons why the universe or God likes to block me from seeing people done me wrong get their karma, which is understandable. But at the same time, it's like it sucks because when you're trying to do the healing work, it's a slow process. So that trauma, that especially when it comes to narcissism, because people don't get about narcissism. Um, to be honest, I don't think that's the right word, because there's different types of narcissism. A lot of people haven't experienced what I've experienced. The type of shit I'm experiencing, it's spiritual. It could be demonic possession. It's spiritual warfare. I'm dealing with the devil. And the thing with narcissism, they don't come in just one person. It's an energy, it's a spirit. So it jumps from body to body. This is why whenever, no matter what type of job I work at, what type of situation I'm in, I'm always attracting like people who would try to like kind of like fuck with me, and then I'll defend myself and cuss them out, and then the energy continues. It's not me manifesting it, it's not me attracting that through my unhealed trauma, through my vibrations. It's not that. It's if you're very spiritual, if you have an important spiritual mission, if you're meant to do great things, then you're gonna have spiritual entities that are low vibrational that will attack you, especially if you're meant to break generational curses. I don't make up the rules. This is how it is in this bum ass fucking realm and this reality. So with the devil, with the spirit of narcissism, what it does is that like whenever it attacks you, it's trying to feed off your energy. So it knows who you are. It knows your trauma. It knows your triggers because life itself kind of orchestrates that shit for you. This is why it's spiritual. This is why when people deal with narcissism, they go insane. They go crazy. People have damaged their nervous system permanently dealing with narcissists. People have committed suicides. People have gone to the hospital. People have their nervous system have literally physically damaged because they dealt with narcissists. These aren't It's not a personality disorder, it's spiritual. People don't fucking get that. Um, I'm not talking about people who are arrogant or assholes. We have a lot of people like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who are influenced by a demonic entity. This shit is a real thing that not too many people understand or grasp what the fuck is going on. I don't have too much information on it, but what I can say is that I have experienced shit like this. It is a real thing. I know it sounds make believe, but it's not. But what really pissed me off is the fact that God will really put me into hostile situations in the front lines like that. So it's like God expects me to go through narcissistic abuse and to endure generational curses by my family's trauma, by verbal, physical abuse and financial poverty and neglect and emotional neglect, right? God expects me to endure that shit. But yet at the same time, God expects me to overcome it, to like, and the thing, oh my God. Ugh. Man, like this shit's annoying, man. But like, it's like I have every right to make YouTube videos and lives and information. The reason why I feel drawn and I have intuitive downloads to make so many fucking videos every day is because God pretty much gave me the green light to do that because God knows what the fuck I've experienced and it needs to be put out. Um, because like what sucks about the human body, so like how God will kind of orchestrate the human life. You're gonna go through trauma and pain, right? And it's gonna hurt and it's gonna suck. So once you overcome it, and it's a long process, so it's not just one day, it's not a month or a year. It takes years. It takes a lifelong just to overcome it. Once you overcome that trauma, God is going to add on layers to your trauma. God allows the devil and demonic entities to attack you, especially when you're meant to break generational curses. But it doesn't have to be generational curses. It can come in all forms because as human beings, we all have different life experiences. We all have different life missions. So, like, even the Bible, I don't agree with the Bible, but even the Bible says something like that. This is why people say the Bible is it's a book mixed with truths. The book is true, but it's mixed in with a bunch of lies. It's very what's the word? Metaphysical, metaphorically. The book is very like this book. The Bible has a lot of perspectives that has a lot of facts. I never read the Bible, but I've heard glimpses of it, and it's true. When it comes to faith, God, suffering, pain, the devil attacking you, and shit like that, these things are very real. Um, there's been a lot of reports too of people experiencing demonic possession that they've been attacked by. Um, because you see a pattern. A lot of people who are like very spiritual, people who are meant to break generational curses, especially, you see them talk about like narcissism, narcissistic family, narcissistic people, and no matter where they go, they always attack them because it's not a disorder, it's a fucking spirit. They're not attracting that shit. It's a fucking spirit trying to harass you, pretty much. But it pissed me off because God allows that shit to happen. So it's like, at this point, what can you do? But yeah, But God expects me to navigate through life, to do the healing work, and to put up a happy fucking face and to help people and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it that God is not giving me or granting me to be around like-minded people? Instead, God wants, cause like on Twitter, this person said that because me and her, we both experience the same things, and we both agree that like, why is it that we're always around people who aren't at our level and people who are we don't resonate with? And then I told her what I've learned in my theory is that God purposely puts us through those things just so we can learn lessons, so we can become a better version of ourselves. As fucked up as that may seem, this is how it is, so we can become powerful pretty much for our own growth. And she replied that she agreed, but she also said that she's also sick and tired of her having to like help people and be the answer to people's problems. And she also said that where's her people? She wish she can meet her tribe, her people. And when she said that, I totally fucking agree. Because why is it that God uses people like me and other people to set the example for other fucking people, right? But yet God doesn't want us to be around like-minded people in person. You know what I'm saying? It's like we always have to set the example. We always have to be around dumbass, mentally ill fucking people. You know what I'm saying? This shit gets annoying. God will purposely isolate you and make you single. People want to say, oh, it's because you're shy or because you don't put yourself out there or because you're not doing the healing. That's bullshit. Because I've done all those things and I still can't attract like-minded people or romantic partners. Spirit will purposely block you from getting those things, but people don't fucking see that. They don't realize that. Same thing with money, just like what Chanson said. Like, with making money, you have to have a certain energy, but people they don't fucking see that. That's why you see dumbass people, retarded ass fucking people who don't do shit with their lives. But yeah, they're making a living. They're gaining viewers, subscribers, and money off of promoting dumb shit on social media. You don't have to believe me, but there's facts. Just look at TikTok, look at YouTube. You know, the facts is there. Um, so life is so what I've learned about life as I'm getting older. I'm not saying I'm right, but it's from my own perspective that we don't have free will as we think we do, and that life revolves um around like what you need to do. It's not about money. It's not about your resources. No, it's about life is like a business in a way. As fucked up as that may sound. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, man. Like, I feel your pain. Like these family members. Honestly, like what I'll do, I just cut them off because I don't want to deal with them. But yeah, these people are just these people. I'll definitely check out your podcast. Thank you for sharing. I'll definitely watch it because people need. I feel like people need to talk about this because like I don't know if it's the timeline we're in or these energies, but like there's something going on like narcissism it's spreading like it's worldwide. People only say it's 1%. That's bullshit. It's like this is global. It's worldwide. It's spiritual warfare we're going through. And because my families are also like that, you know what I'm saying. I'm done too. Like they don't take accountability. And but what I realize is that like with narcissism, it's a fucking spirit. It's not a personality disorder. It's a spirit. It has to be a spirit. It has to be demonic possession. It has to be that because no way people could be that dumb. And I understand the human body works. The human brain works in very mysterious ways. It's very complex. So when it's traumatized, it will do whatever it takes to for the human body to avoid pain. So I get it why people with these kinds of disorder is like yeah dementia that's just interesting. Yeah, that could be it too. That could also be dementia because with these narcissistic people how they act is like they don't take accountability. Like they do like they're just stuck in their fucking ways and they don't change and they don't take accountability. It has to be dementia. It has to be that dementia along with spiritual possession because they don't fucking change and they don't have a problem with taking and causing pain onto you, but they don't like to look in the mirror. They don't fucking change. And what's weird is that like when they block you, they always have a pattern of unblocking you. I'm not sure if it's for you guys, but for me, that because I know it's with my family members, I don't interact with them. But whenever I'll block them, the only time I interact with them is when I'll cuss them out, when I'll threaten them, whenever I feel like it. Like recently, like I cussed out my twin brother because of all the bullshit he put me through. I told him if I see him in person, I'm gonna lay hands on him, and I told him that I was the one that I stole his clothes out of vengeance and shit like that, and he replied with some slick shit, and but then But the reason why I was able to message him for him to see my message because he unblocked me. You know what I'm saying? And he always does this. Same thing with other family members. So they'll do you wrong, and they have a tendency to block you and unblock you. I realized my mother who lied on my name towards family members. She let um she turned my whole family against me, and she done a lot of things. She crossed all my boundaries. She stole all my clothes. She kicked me out the house multiple times, but was so sinister about, and she even gave me a restraining order after she threw away all my clothes, after I called the cops on her, and after she lied on my name towards family members, and she was verbally assaulting me. And that same person gave me a restraining order. And what's funny is that, like, once I was in the military, um, months later, like 5 months later, it was my birthday, and she actually unblocked me and she messaged me, "Happy birthday." And when she sent that, my heart stopped and I was shocked. I'm like, this person, and that's when I knew is not me. I'm not the problem. It's this fucking person. She's the fucking problem. Because no sane person will do, especially do their fucking son wrong, steal their fucking clothes, lie their family on them, verbally, and even she will verbally and physically attack me. She did lay hands on me, and she also verbally attacked me and lied on my name and reputation. And she stole all my personal belongings, and she used my personal stuff while I was away from the house after I told her not to do that. And for her to fucking, and she also taunted me, saying that, "Oh, why am I calling? Why am I visiting the house? Because I miss my family." So, and she would taunt me. And not only that, but for her to do all that shit and to text me a happy birthday, no same person would do shit like that. So that's when I knew, no, I'm not the problem. Even if I have done things to kind of like, because it takes two people to tangle, right? But sometimes, not all the time, but usually, right? Because me, I'm a very like level-headed person. I can see right from wrong. So at times, yes, I do see, yes, I do play a role also. But when she said that, that's when I knew, no, like I'm not going crazy. This is not just me. It's clearly she's a fucking problem. And when she said that, I didn't respond anything back. I just ignored the message. I just fucking blocked her. I think she blocked me and unblocked me. I think I didn't block her. I don't know why I didn't. So I don't know. It's just, so that's what I knew. Narcissism. It's spiritual. It's demonic possession, and this shit gets annoying because a lot of people experience this shit. So what the fuck is actually going on? Is it spiritual warfare? You know what I'm saying? And what sucks the most is that when these narcissists or just assholes of the world just do you wrong, because don't forget, yes, people are narcissistic, they're experiencing demonic possession, but you also have people in the world who are very miserable because of the system we're living in. Chantuan, he breaks this shit into detail. If you're not familiar with Chantuan, check out his channel. Just type in Chanti One 2. He has two channels. Just type in Chanti One and Chanti One 2. Check out his lives. He breaks down on the system, how corrupt it is, and how people are miserable and damaged because of the system we're living in. So not only we're dealing with narcissists who are spiritually attacked, who are spiritually possessed by the devil or demonic entities or the Jezebel spirit, but we're also dealing with other human beings who are miserable and who are also traumatized because of the system we're living in. And not only that, but more than likely, these same people who are miserable and traumatized because of the system we're living in, more than likely they're also victims of narcissistic abuse, but they don't have knowledge about narcissism and spirituality. So they think, so then they'll take it more personal, and then they'll project their trauma onto other people because they don't know how to heal themselves. You know what I'm saying? So this shit runs deep. There's a lot of scenarios that causes a lot of trauma, narcissism, shit like that. So you see, what creates narcissism in the first place? There are a lot of information out there, but I'm gonna come up with my own conclusion, my own opinion, and the things I've learned from other people. What creates narcissists, in my opinion, is the system, because the system is demonic. People, we're not living life, we are surviving. Just the fact that you're forced to work at a job you don't want to be in, even if you do love what you do, just the fact that we live in a system that involves money. And since that deals with survival, so if you're constantly living life 24/7 on survival mode, is going to cause people to become stressed. Is why, and it's not even guaranteed that you're going to have a certain house for a long time or certain finances and protection and safety and shelter like that. This is why people they could easily go homeless, or if you don't pay your bills or like your rent on time, then you get kicked out of the house. People That happens to people all the time. That in itself is traumatizing. So when people are stressed and traumatized, it'll give them susceptible to negative vibrational entities to kind of hijack their minds and their aura to possess them pretty much. And then that, you know what I'm saying? So this shit runs deep. That's one of the reasons why generational curses even happens, because of poverty and finances, and that creates a lot of stress and anger and sadness, and it causes people to become insane. And when that happens, it causes family members to go against one another, and it'll cause them to become traumatized, and it causes a lot of people to become traumatized, and then they go against one another. It's a huge domino effect because of this fucking system. Now me, I do have a lot of, again, and keep in mind, don't take my videos personally. I'm making videos about myself. So when I'm talking about God or the universe, like, I'm not purposely trying to make my audience go against God or the creator. I'm just speaking this out of bitterness and out of my unhealed trauma. Me, I have a lot of anger and resentment towards God and towards the creator and towards the universe, because I have a disconnect with God and the universe based on the things I've been through. But I also feel like I don't like, it's hard for me to trust God. It's hard for me to trust the universe, because they put me through a lot of situations that were very traumatizing, and I feel like I never got my justice. I've always experienced narcissistic family members, like loved ones and close people, who betrayed me, who harmed me, and stuff like that. And that slowly made me kind of not trust and disconnect from God and the Creator. So if you're the type of person where you believe in God and the Creator, please stick with that. Don't make my videos influence you to change your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't say that enough, but I just use my videos as therapy pretty much. But I do blame God or the universe. I do get very angry at them, because I feel like they didn't they haven't protected me. They haven't done anything to have my back, because me, I literally have no one. I have no one. Like, I don't have any family members. I don't have close friends or like loved ones I even trust or to go to. I have no emotional support like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I blame God, you know? I understand maybe God wants me to connect towards God and the creator. That's why I'm always isolated, not around like-minded people, and have a lot of people turn on me because they're possessed by the narcissism, right? So I don't know, it gets too much sometimes. So like, there are times where, like, even like right now it's like 3 a.m., 2 a.m. I don't start work at 5 a.m. So I need rest, but I can't sleep because I'm always mentally disturbed. I think I might have PTSD from all the abuse that I've experienced with the family members. But I'm more so disturbed because I have interacted with my mother a couple times recently. The only reason why I interacted with her, and it's only through the phone. And the reason why I interacted with her through the phone is because I drove from Kansas from like 25 hours to California, my hometown, just so I could get my personal belongings from my room, so I could take it back to my home in Kansas. And since there are no family members over there, I called her just so I could get in the house. I already made a video about this, but long story short, she gave me a hard time. She started threatening me. She threatened to call my commander. She threatened to call the police. She was taunting me, saying that, "Oh, how can I visit home? Do I miss her? Do I miss my family?" Like, she was literally taunting me. And keep in mind, a mother taunting her son and abusing her son. You know how traumatizing it is for the son? That's just fucking traumatizing. No son wants to experience their mother taunting them and just humiliating them and abusing them. That same person also laid hands and verbally. So it's like, so, you know what I'm saying? So like, this shit's a mess. And I got pissed. So what I did, I punched her fucking room window. I threw all of her clothes in a fucking trash can, and I threw her makeup in the trash can. And I made a huge mess in her fucking room to let her know that she can't be doing that shit and she can't be fucking with me like that. And I just dipped out the fucking house. But I also had a stepfather. He also laid hands on me. After he was bullying me and I confronted him, and then once I turned around, he sucker punched me. I saw him charging. Keep in mind, me, I'm like 5'9", 162, 5'10" on a good day. My stepfather, he's like, I don't want to call him stepfather, but he's just an asshole. But he's like 6'3", like he's like 250, twice my height, and no, he's twice my size, and he's a grown ass man, and like, he was sucker punch me, and he'll always throw some slick comments towards me and stuff like that, and like, is out of envy and jealousy and shit like that. And he'll always say some slick shit like that. I remember when I was like 16, and like, he'll always be around my mom, and like, he'll like sexually touch my mom in front of me. Like, he'll always do that shit. I remember like when I was in the elevator, like it was my mom and my stepfather, and he just slapped my mom's ass like right in front of me. And keep in mind, I was 16 and I was confused. My mind, I'm like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? So it's just shit like that where like I'm very disturbed. I have laid hands on him. I have threatened him, and I remember, and it's funny too because like I remember when I was in my house, and no, yeah, because once I came back from my military training, right, I came back to visit home, and that's when I found out they pretty much threw most of my clothes away. Long story short, I confronted my mom politely. She got pissed off because you know how narcissists are. They don't take accountability, and then they'll threaten you and shit like that. So I called the cops on her. No, but I wanted to call the cops on her, but she called the cops before me. So the cops came in. No. That was erase all that. When I came back from the military training to visit my house to get my clothes, once I found out my mom threw away all my clothes, she locked me out the house. And my stepfather, he flicked me off. Like he put a whole middle finger behind the window. He was hiding in that door. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what the fuck? So it's just crazy shit like that, I mean, I can laugh at it now, but it's just like, oh my God. Because it's like, what can you do with that? You know what I'm saying? And this is why I say, like, I'm not surprised that, like, how am I not in jail? Like, how have I not caught a body? Like, how have I not done those things on the bullshit I've been through? You know what I'm saying? So that could be spiritual protection. That could be God's protection. I don't know. But so it's like at times when I feel like harming someone is like, I gotta think about it. These people, they have nothing to lose. This is why they're so unhinged. Me, I have a lot to lose. I'm in the army. I finally got a car. I'm going to barbering school, so like I have a good future for myself. I'm going to college and stuff like that, so I can't fuck all that up over losers like that. You know what I'm saying? And I worked so hard to put me into that situation, but at times I do get angry because I never see these people get their karma. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so what the fuck? I don't know, but yeah, but it's just stuff like that where like I have a lot of anger, resentment towards God and the universe because they never really. I feel like they never had my back growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they never had my back, and that really pissed me off. But what I've learned in life is that like like you can't really like things happen out of your control, and I have no control over that. I don't have control over what God decides to put me through and what God allows certain people and spirits to do to me, right? I have no control over that. I don't. But what I do have control is my health, my fitness, my mental health, my career, and just stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't control how other people want to treat me. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. I can't control me attracting like-minded people, or what I'm saying. So it's like what I've learned in life is that like I I need to focus on the things I need to control, but at the same time, I'm still traumatized. I still have a lot of healing work to do within my nervous system. So that's one of the reasons why I have sleepless nights and PTSD episodes, um, because of what I've been through, and because of all the injustices of what God. I feel like God didn't have my back, and me not seeing people get their karma. You know what I'm saying? I've also, and that's his family. I've been through other situations to where I had a supervisor. He stole over $6,000 from me. He lied to me pretty much, and it's just, I don't know, it's a huge mess. But and he was also a narcissist. So this is what I'm talking about. Narcissist is a spirit. It follows you wherever the fuck you go. This world is very spiritual. This world, it's just weird. Like I don't get like why does God put you through traumatizing situations, but at the same time, it's like so God will make you purposely go through suffering so you can become a better version of yourself, and you can help other people in the future. But yet God wants you to go through abusive situations to and then heal from it, and then expects you to like help people. Like, come on, man. Some people are different. Some people will like be angry at that. You know what I'm saying? It's disrespectful as fuck. I get it. As human beings, we have free will. People have the free will to do what they do. But at the same time, I feel like, okay, if God is going to give people free will, well, then give me free will to not be around demonic spirits like that. But God wants to control my free will to have demonic spirits to attack me or to make them be forced into my life within the workplace, within family situations. So you see where I'm getting at is like, so God will purpose, so God doesn't have a problem with orchestrating situations like that, but God expects me to, you know what I'm saying? I can't really explain it, but it's a lot to explain. But I just want to let this shit out. But yeah, but I do have a lot of anger. At times I feel like I'm not heard or understood by God or the creator. I have a hard time praying. I can't really pray like that because I don't know if it's like a disconnect or like I don't know, man. We are in the Mercury retrograde shadow phase. We're almost over. We got like 2 more weeks, but this shit's been like really disturbing me. Um, but it's all good though. I know I'm gonna get through it. It's just what's really hard for me is the isolation and how lonely it is to overcome situations like that. It's just that what gets me because like me, I could overcome situations. I've done it before. I could overcome obstacles. But what's my weakness is that like it's just so alone. It's lonely it's lonely doing the healing work. It's lonely becoming a better version of yourself. It's lonely um just trying to do right. You know what I'm saying? Especially when spirit or God purposely blocks you from meeting like-minded people or to like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just well, like what can you do? But that's all I gotta say and have a good one. Peace.